What if I can tell you that the Chicago Bears might not draft Caleb Williams? What if I can tell you that the Chicago Bears might not even draft a quarterback in this draft? What if I can tell you that even though they traded Justin Fields in this offseason, that maybe Ryan Poles might have an extra plan? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to discuss why I believe that the Chicago Bears might not take a quarterback in the first round or at all in the draft. Now, this offseason, there's been a big civil war. Justin Fields or Caleb Williams. That's basically the argument people have been making, and I was just so tired of it. I gave my opinion. I thought the Chicago Bears should keep Justin Fields. Unfortunately, he got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a sixth-round pick and a bag of Skittles, and now we're in this situation now where what are the Bears going to do when it comes to drafting a quarterback? And finally, we got a decision, right? And I'll put a disclaimer in this video. I genuinely think that the Chicago Bears will draft Caleb Williams without a doubt. I genuinely think that that's the obvious answer. This is just a hypothetical best case scenario video here, okay? So now the Los Angeles Chargers, right? They gave away Keenan Allen to the Bears. They got rid of Mike Williams. They're cleaning house basically. Now, obviously Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack did restructures to the contract to stay with the team, but I have a feeling that the Chargers organization wants to rebuild and revitalize their team because they had so many bad contracts, and they're basically in a similar situation where the Chicago Bears were when Ryan Poles took over as the GM for the Chicago Bears. Has he done a good job? I don't know. I'll make another video about that, but I mean, he's done a good job when it comes to financial. The Bears are financially sound right now, and I have an idea that the Chicago Bears could do. So, in the history of the Chicago Bears, they have basically been successful, but for one quarterback, and that's Jay Cutler. Other than Jim McMahon, obviously in the 85 days, taking the Bears to the Super Bowl and beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl back in the day when I wasn't even born. But the Chicago Bears traded for Jay Cutler. They traded for Jay Cutler. They never, in their history of their organization, have ever developed a quarterback. And I have an idea. Why not go for Justin Herbert? And I know what you guys are gonna say. Why would the Chargers give away Justin Herbert? Well, let's be honest. The Chargers have a new regime with Jim Harbaugh, and I feel like Jim Harbaugh has a lot of say when it comes to who does he want a quarterback, who does he want to build his team around. That's basically what he wants to do when he comes as a coach in the league, and he has a lot of power. And I think resetting the quarterback clock would be amazing for them. Now, I'm not saying because Herbert's bad. I think Herbert's fantastic. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. But and I still think that the Chargers will keep on to him because, again, getting a quarterback in this league is very, very hard. But the Chicago Bears find out that Justin Herbert is available in the market. I say they go for him instead of Caleb Williams. Because I think the Chicago Bears, I don't trust the Chicago Bears to develop a quarterback. I don't care what they have put around Caleb Williams or whoever they choose in the quarterback. I don't trust them when it comes to developing quarterback because they've never done it in the history of their franchise. Ever done a quarterback right when they drafted him. Now, I understand that Ryan Poles did not draft a quarterback, and every GM does deserve to draft a quarterback, but I think that when it comes to the best interest of the franchise, it's better to go for a veteran quarterback rather than go and develop a new quarterback. But again, if you draft a quarterback, it's also financially better because instead of getting Justin Herbert's contract, you can probably go and get a rookie contract. Now, again, I don't think this is going to happen, but let's just say the Chicago Bears trade the ninth overall pick, next year's first round pick, a second round pick, and probably another third round pick. Uh, yeah, I think the Chargers would take that because then they have 2 first-round picks this year. They can even go get Drake May if they really want to, or J.J. McCarthy, a guy who played with Jim Harbaugh, or go get Jaden Daniels, trade up, or something like that. Get a lot of draft capital for this team, rebuild this team, get even a wide receiver in the draft. You have 2 first-round picks in the top 10 with if they do the trade with the Bears where they get the number 5th overall pick and the number 9 overall pick, they go rebuild their team while the Chicago Bears can then have still have the number 1 pick and a quarterback on Justin Herbert, and then they go out and draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, I don't expect the Bears to draft him at number 1. I think they would trade down to maybe the Washington Commanders, get maybe a first-round pick next year and probably a second-round pick, and go get some more draft picks for this draft. Build this team around your new quarterback, which basically in the scenario will be Justin Herbert, and go out there and make sure you get the quarterback right and get a good system around the quarterback. Now, again, can the Chicago Bears go and don't do what I say and go draft Caleb Williams to still be successful? Sure, but history still hasn't said that. I think the Chicago Bears are one of the franchises that can find a way to mess it up and ruin Caleb Williams' career. And I just think that Caleb's too talented enough to come to this team and get his career ruined. Now, I do think that he could be set up for success. As a fan, I really want Caleb Williams to be the first Chicago Bear to ever reach 4,000 yards passing. That's crazy that we've never had even a passer get 3,900 yards. But again, like, getting a veteran like Justin Herbert can definitely help this team. You go get Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 2 or number 3, whoever New England or Washington gives you a pick, whatever gives you a better option, and then you go out there and get offensive linemen, you get a defensive lineman. Like, you can get more people in the draft. You can actually build through the draft and build this team for real. That's what Ryan Poles should be focusing on. Not, I want to go draft a quarterback because I didn't get the chance to draft one. And I understand all GMs deserve a chance to get a chance to draft a quarterback. And I know Ryan Poles has had 2 seasons in a row where he's had a number 1 overall pick and basically hasn't drafted one yet. Maybe this year he will, probably will. Betting favorites, he probably would. But again, I think if for the best interest of the team, and I'm going to say this one more time, that drafting a quarterback might not be the best option. Now, again, I think Caleb Williams is basically going to be a Bear. Because I don't think Chargers will actually ever do this. Because, again, they like Herbert. I think he's a franchise guy. But you never know in this league. You never know. Like, we didn't know Keenan Allen was going to go in the trade market, right? And I understand he's a wide receiver quarterback, so, like, they barely go in the trade market. But, look, you never know, right? Caleb, like Justin Herbert could go in the trade market. The Chargers could maybe even say, you know what, Herbert, we want to rebuild this franchise. Your contract's a little too much for us right now. We want to go and rebuild this team, get a rookie quarterback, and trust Jim Harbaugh that he can go develop that guy. And we're gonna go send you to the Bears for the best interest of the team, because at the end of the day, it's a business, and you never know. But I still think the Chicago Bears will draft Caleb Williams. You guys comment down below. Do you guys think that this is realistic? Again, this is just an idea. I think that this would be the dream scenario. I would, if this was an offer, and it was between Herbert or Caleb Williams, I'm taking Justin Herbert because I know what Justin Herbert is. I don't know what Caleb Williams is, and I don't trust the Bears to ever develop a quarterback. I just don't think that they ever will. But you guys comment down below what you guys think. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And without further ado, that's going to wrap it up. Peace.